literally uploaded the Buildable Helmet video, and then 2 or 3 hours later we have a confirmed rumour of a Buildable Helmet coming in 2025. So that is hilarious timing on my behalf. Absolutely, totally unintentional. I filmed that video about 2 weeks before I actually released it. With that said, drop this video a like before we get started, and we will have a little dive into some of the sets that are coming for LEGO Star Wars in 2025. Now, the first setup is the one I've just touched on, which is a buildable helmet for LEGO Star Wars, the return of the buildable helmet line in 2025, and this is going to be the 75408 Jango Fett helmet. This is going to come in at $80 US, which will be about £70 here in the UK. Pretty easy to do, and one that I kind of guessed at a little while ago. We knew we were going to get something Jango Fett in 2025, and I'm thrilled that it's going to be a helmet. It'll pair up really nicely with the Boba Fett helmet from a few years ago, and also pair quite nicely as well with the Cody and the Rex there. It's going to be $80 US. It's going to be £70 here in the UK. 850 pieces, which is more than the Boba helmet. One thing we are seeing is more pieces in some of these sets, particularly some that I'm about to list off in this video. It doesn't actually mean that I think the size of the set will be any different. I expect the Jango set to be the same size as the Boba helmet. But what we are seeing is, moving forward with LEGO Star Wars, a lot of smaller pieces equating to the size of one bigger piece, and that's a theme that's continued throughout LEGO Star Wars from the early 2000s, finding a way to have a lot more smaller pieces rather than bigger pieces in sets. So the piece count looks a lot higher, but I expect it to be exactly the same size. Next setup is a set I've just had to do a disclaimer on for a video that's coming out in a couple of days' time about buildable droids in 2025, and in this video I make a calling plea, as I have done a few times, for a buildable chopper, and it looks as though in 2025 on May the 1st we'll be getting a buildable chopper. Finally, I'm absolutely thrilled about this. Set number 75416, the buildable chopper, will be $100 US or £90 here in the UK, which is the same price as the R2-D2 that came earlier this year, and that set had 1,050 pieces in. I've got it just behind me to the side there. Really nice set, one of my favourite sets of the year. I expect it to be in that 1,000 piece mark. We've got no confirmed piece count for that yet, but I do expect it to be a similar sort of piece count, and obviously just ever so slightly smaller than the R2-D2. Really excited about this. I've been asking for it for ages. I know we got it with the Buildable Droid factory, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for in terms of a sort of realistic scaled chopper. So that is really exciting, and that is two that I've sort of already touched on. Earlier this year I did touch on the fact that we could be seeing a buildable Star Wars logo. The original RRP for that was going to be $100. We are going to get a buildable logo. It's set number 75407. It'll come on May the 1st for insiders, May the 4th for everybody else, and this set will only be $80, and I sort of say that tongue-in-cheek, only $80, £70 here in the UK for essentially a logo, one that you'd expect to be about that size. I originally thought it will look similar to the Paladone Star Wars Light. I think that's kind of the obvious size and shape for it, and it would certainly sort of look correct. We don't know anything else about that set. We don't know if you're going to get a figure with it. There was originally the rumour that you'd get a George Lucas minifigure in this set, and I know that they had rumoured doing a figure with the Marvel set that'll be coming next year, a buildable Marvel logo, which had supposedly was going to have a Kevin Feige or a Stan Lee figure. So potential for there to be a minifigure and a George Lucas minifigure in this set, but that is not confirmed at all. It's just a murmur, it's just a rumour at the moment. We are definitely getting a buildable logo for LEGO Star Wars on May the 1st. The next setup is 75399. Now, we don't know what this set is going to be. It is one of two things, as we are aware. It'll either be a diorama set or a play scale ship. There's a lot of people out there thinking it will be a diorama set. I've done a video already about 3 or 4 different dioramas that I think we could see from Revenge of the Sith. The obvious one is, of course, Anakin versus Obi-Wan on Mustafar. That's something I think a lot of people would like to see in a diorama set. There's also a rumour out there that it could be something I've already touched on before, which is Palpatine's arrest. I can't see them making a Playscale Palpatine's arrest, But with this rumour being that it is either a Playscale or it's a diorama, could it well be Palpatine's arrest? It's certainly possible. I would obviously, as somebody who likes to display, and you can see the dioramas to the side of me there, I would quite like it to be a diorama set, but either will be something that I would grab and display. That being said, we don't know what it is yet. When we do know what it is, I'll do a video about what it is, and hopefully we will have a bit more information in terms of pieces and sort of what the actual set will be. That's it for the May releases. We do have a bit more information about one of the sets that I spoke about that is coming in January a little while ago, the Arc 170, which is quite frankly the one set from Lego Star Wars in January that I'm really excited about. We're getting an Arc 170 Playscale set. It's going to have 497 pieces, which is about 100 more than the previous model 10 or so years ago. And this set, we now know what the figures will be in it. It will supposedly be an oddball. It'll be a Captain Jag. It'll be an R4 astromech, and it'll also be a clone pilot as well. Again, 100 pieces more than the previous model, and like I said with the helmet situation, I expect it to be about the same size, if not slightly smaller than the previous model. Like I said, using a lot of small pieces these days to create the same sort of the same effect, but also make it look slightly more detailed, because you can create slightly more detail when you use smaller pieces. That's clearly something that they're doing at the moment. And that's everything that we have so far for Lego Star Wars. If you haven't gone and checked out the video from yesterday with the buildable helmets, go and check that video out. You can see me predict ahead of time that there'll be a Jango Fett helmet in 2025. There's also some other cool helmets that I think we could potentially see, and I've certainly got a little bit more confidence now having seen these new leaks. We've also got a video coming next week, as I've touched on, about the buildable droids for 2025. And again, it looks like we're getting a chopper in 2025, which I'm really pleased about. We've got a ton of Lego stuff coming up in this space over the next couple of weeks, including hopefully that UCS Jabba's sail barge we'll be getting in hand and building probably over the course of a couple of days on the channel. So if you're a Lego fan, if you're a Lego Star Wars fan, or indeed a Lego Harry Potter fan, we've got the Lego Harry Potter mock is being sort of exposed and released to the public over the next couple of days. I think it'll be at the very start of next week. So do make sure you're following or subscribe so you don't miss any of the Lego goodness that'll be coming in this space over the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching. If you have already, don't forget to follow or subscribe on whatever platform you're watching this on. Until the very next video, I hope you have a wonderful and a nerdy week, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye.